Party people. This is Zingwe here with a video on Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, giving a brief overview of the tank classes. Hoping to give new players some guidance on choosing their first boots to fill in the lands of Terminus. For our first class, we're going to look at the Dire Lord. The Dire Lord is akin to Shadow Knights from EQ with some significant changes. First, you don't get a skeleton pet, and you give up your shield in favor of either dual wielding or using two-handed weapons. Now, the Dire Lord builds up their threat over time, so it will take some consideration and some familiarity in getting to know their quirks. You can either go with the standard tank set of attributes, or one thing to consider is that several of the Dire Lord's abilities have an intelligence base. Just one thing to consider when building out your character, as intellect is a bit harder to come by on heavy armor and martial weapons. The next class we're going to look at is the Paladin. Paladin is your standard fare Paladin. Martial warrior with the Divine Touch. A lot of their spells and abilities have a wisdom base as well as strength. They don't have a preferred weapon loadout, so you can go two-handed weapon. They can't dual wield, but they can use many single-handed weapons as a shield, or with a shield, as well as a two-handed weapon. They do a lot of direct threat. They also have a lot of party support with a healing aura that increases the healing output of the team, as well as their own side heal. A bit stronger than the Rangers. And they don't use mana, they use Wrath. They build up Wrath throughout combat. So it could be a little harder to work it into an off-heal situation, but in the thick of combat, it can be crucial in helping your teammates get out of the purple. The next class in the line is the Warrior. This is your standard fare, sword and board, no magic, no muss, no fuss. They are a classically trained militia squad leader. They do favor the shield, as many of their interrupts and their abilities are shield based. They also have the ability to place down banners, which provide different boons to your teammates. And as such, they're not classically trained artisans. So your standard fare of tank attributes would suit them just fine. That is the 3 warrior classes that are currently available in this version of EA. And as it is very early into EA, all of this is subject to change. Thank you for tuning in. I will be covering the DPS classes next, so please give a like and a subscribe, and be notified when my next video is ready. Thank you very much.